Welcome to Stampin Claire in Melbourne. My name is Rochelle Laird-Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have had a nice day, even if you are in lockdown, and have enjoyed some relaxing time with your family and your loved one. I'm just giving you a moment to get on, and please say hi if you are watching with me. I'm so glad you can join me at the start of another week, end of a weekend. And let me know what you've done today, what your Valentine's Day has been like. And have you done any crafting? Given yourself a Valentine's Day gift perhaps? Did you make any cards? You can hop onto my blog and see what I made Adrian today. I made him a bit of a kangaroo card. Thought it was apt, very Aussie kind of Valentine. So that's a really cute card. So thanks for stopping by. You may have seen the card I had done just about an hour ago if you follow me and subscribe to my blog. It's one I did for the Color Combo blog hop. It uses the Faux letterpress technique, and I thought it would be nice to share with you how I made this. It is a really easy technique, fun, and gives really effective and great results. But it just gives you another dimension on how to use your embossing folders. And sometimes the embossing folders get left behind, but they are great value. They are for money. I think it's just not very expensive. They're an inexpensive tool, and they give you great texture on your projects. And this Faux letterpress technique just takes it to another level. So this is the card I have made. It's a little bit hard, maybe a bit hard to see. I will switch it around. It's the right way around. Okay. So that's using the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. And I will turn the camera over so you can see it a little better, because the camera down will give you a better view. So you will find this on pages 40 to 42 of your catalog, your mini catalog. And that's the whole Sand and Sea suite. It's got lots of items, but what I'm going to use today is the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle, so the stamp set and the dies and the embossing folder. I think it needs to go hand in hand. I think it definitely goes hand in hand, and you need to get the embossing folder if you're getting that die set, because it matches perfectly and it adds that embossing detail on it. So definitely something for you to think about when you're purchasing that set. So for the Faux letterpress technique, you do need a die cutting machine, or if you don't have one, consider the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the die that I've got. So there's 6 dies, I think, in that set. This is the large one, so it cuts it all together. So I'll show you, give you a better shot of that card. I'm just waiting for that to click over, so I make sure you get that. So you've got the shells, and that's that background technique. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. I'll show you what I did in the sense of which areas you want to color in. So our color scheme for the card today, or for that challenge I took part in, was Soft Sea Foam, Pacific Point, and Flirty Flamingo. I love these color challenges because it really makes you think. It's not a regular combination that I would pick, because that kind of going, whoa, that really makes you think. Throws me out a bit. Like that and that, yeah. And then throw in the dark color, you don't know what to do with it. So it's really great. Color challenges, sketch challenges is another thing I love, and I did combine it with the sketch challenge at Freshly Made Sketches for this card. So I'll bring in my stamping cut and emboss machine for this, and I'm trying to get you a better view. So plate 1, plate 2, and then a plate 3 with the dies in between. I mainly want to get those 3 main shells, so I'm going to place it like that. And I've got a bit of, so you run it through, and I will run it backwards so I can get all these other pieces, which I don't need for this card, but I could always use it on another card. So this is how that shows up. Alright, it's one big piece. It's got all those little bits and pieces. I'll pull that aside. I'm going to have to drag that machine again, back in again. But that stamping cut and emboss machine does fold up, so it doesn't take too much space. So it's great. So I am doing this for the main image. This is not for the technique yet, so I'll do that later. I used another C type. It's called Seabed. But I'm just giving my plates a clean. I think I need some new ones. So then to emboss, so I'm going back to read what it says. To emboss with the thicker embossing folders, this is a 3D one. You need a 1 and a 4. So I'll take my 2 off. I'll bring my 4 in. So the beauty of this embossing folder, you will see, is that it comes in exactly like that. It's a perfect match. And it'll give you that beautiful detail on it. See how that falls into place really perfectly? It's nice. I'm just going to stop by and check who's on. Hi, Diana. How you going? Thought I'll check my comments. Back with the embossing, stamping cut and emboss machine. And we'll run it through again. Now, if this is a machine that if you don't have one, and it's something that you really want, it is $209. Now, if you're not a demonstrator, as a demonstrator, you'll get 20% off, or minimum 20% off that. But if you would like to add it to your starter kit, you get it for your starter kit is $169. So you're gonna get that for $169 straight off. So your $209 has become $169 just like that. So add it to your starter kit, and then you'll still have $26 to spend on other things, you know what I mean? So it's still $209, but your starter kit is only $169. So basically you've only spent $169, and then out of your $235 of product, you spent $209 on your stamping cut and emboss, and then you still have $26 off. $26 to select anything else. That's if that is something you like, or you can select whatever you like in a starter kit. Plus you get the $100 worth of designer series paper, which is 200 sheets of paper. So you can see how that comes up. Right, the gold is just from, I was using some gilded leafing earlier on my card. That comes off. So it's got really nice detail. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I have got a piece of, so my card is basic white, and I have a card front, which is 9.9 by 14.2. So we'll bring in this embossing folder, embossing machine again. So we've got an embossing machine again. And I'm using the Seabed embossing folder. But before I do that, I'm just going to pull it to a side so I can show you what I'm doing. Sorry, you should have done this first and I can show you. So I'm bringing in my soft sea foam ink pad. This is just my choice of what I'm doing because I was doing this particular color combo. I'm going to try some other colors with this so we'll see what it looks like. And I'm just taking it direct to the embossing folder. Okay, I'm just inking it up. I inked it up on this side. If you ink it up on this side, it'll give you a different effect. Now I'll leave that aside, close that up. Bring in a stamping pad and emboss machine. And we'll do our embossing sandwich now. So I'm just going to place my paper. You can see I'm just going to do it straight in. I'm going to show and try not to move it like I just did. So it's a pattern that doesn't have to be straight or anything, so it doesn't really matter. Then just run it through. And a top plate would be helpful. Don't do what I just did. So plate, not plate 2, plate 4. Sorry. So plate 1 and plate 4. When you take it out, this is where you get that effect. So it will just fill in that the color will go in the gaps. Now, if you ink the opposite side to what I did, it will go on the raised portions. So it's just a bit of a fun technique to try. And we'll give it a go with another color later, maybe on the other side, so you can see what happens. I'm just going to give that a wipe with a wet wipe so we can do that. So it has time to dry while we make our card. So that's how easy that is to do. That is basically the technique. Just give that a wipe. Leave it to dry. Now for our shells, I should say, I will get some scrap paper because I'm just going to do some coloring. With these, I am going to cut them apart. They're nice big shells, so they form a lovely focal image on cards. I really like this suite. I generally like beachy stuff, but this is extra nice. I like the soft colors of the paper as well. So you can choose any of those shells what you like. It also has other shells in that die and stamp set, so it's really good. Gives you a bit of options there. So it's not hard to cut around, just break the corners and you can do a bit of surgery there. So now I will bring in my Flirty Flamingo and Pacific Point. When generally, if I find that a color is too strong, and I'm doing a color challenge, I will add it in small doses so it's not overpowering, or it's not really to my liking. But it's good to take part in those color challenges because it makes you think. So I'm just using my blending brush and always rub off a little, so you start light and then you can build in the color. These blending brushes are really nice and soft and they blend superbly. So you can add as much. I'm making this a little bit darker maybe as to my previous one, but I do have another step to go on this shelf, so which could lighten the process. And this is basic white cardstock which I've cut. And I'll go with Pacific Point. Again, definitely rub off a bit before you use it, because that's a stronger color still, and it's better to start off light and then you can darken it. Using that. Probably one of my top picks in the catalog for if I was to recommend what to get. I made my top 5. It's hard to pick sometimes because you like so many things, but tools wise, this would be right up there. Things to get because you're going to be used. Oops, I was a bit heavy handed there, but you can fix that. Now you will see on this was going to be Flirty Flamingo. But what happened was when I was blending, I did it over this and then it caught a bit of pink and then it ended up a pink and blue shell. So now let's try and recreate that. Yeah, try it, Diana. It's really, and it's nice too. Yeah, it's fun. Quick. So then I did it like that, and then we can just bring in a tinge of blue on the side, just for something a little bit different. Maybe a bit more pink, or Flirty Flamingo. So the next thing I've done to these shells is I've added Frost White Shimmer Paint. The Frost White Shimmer Paint comes in these little bottles. You get one in that and one champagne mist. And I took my spritzer. I have no measurements whatsoever. I just filled my spritzer with a little bit of water and I added a color here 5. I just took a what did I do? This is how I did it. I just opened my spritzer like that and dipped my edge in there and put in the water. Probably there's a proper way to do it, but that's what I did, and I did it about 5 times. 5 or 6 times maybe. Just totally up to you how many times you want to just do, and then I give it a good shake. So then you get a spritzing type of consistency. And then I've got a little, get any old container. I'm just gonna give it a alright. I'm just gonna give it a shimmer. I'll just leave it to dry for a few ticks. It'll be quick. I'll spritz these there. So this is not watercolor cardstock, so don't over spritz. But it will take it. The basic white will take it. And it just gives, you can see a shimmer there. There is a pearlescent cardstock as well you can use, which is in this particular suite, which is great. And you can color that. That works fine too. I had already die cut this in white, and I thought, oh, I'll just do it with the spritzing. This is another little technique that works great for, you have the champagne mist, which is nice as well. So we'll leave that to dry while we do our sentiment. This is a little bit of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And I did have a bit of Flirty Flamingo somewhere. But, oh yeah, here it is. I haven't lost it. I will bring in a piercing mat because it is a photopolymer stamp set, and you do get much better results if you use a piercing mat with your photopolymer stamp sets. I'm just using Tuxedo because I thought it will pop against all the lighter colors. So happy birthday to my beautiful friend. Got nice sentiments, that stamp set. I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's nice. So now all I'm going to do is chop that off at an angle and just like that. Then I'm bringing in some of this ribbon. So if you've got any of those colors, it'll be fine. They all come in colors of 2019 to 2021 in colors. So this is Seaside spray, but it doesn't matter. I'm not using the color as at all. I am mainly using the edge, the scalloped edge. That's all I want. I find that pressing tear and tape down like that, it does assist in lifting the edge off most times. So now what you want to do is create that edge. If you wanted to save the other side, you could. I didn't. So you could just cut half and use half on this and half on another one. Then I'm just bringing in my other card so you can see. And what I did is, it's a bit wider than the other one I did, but that's okay. I am going to angle that. So remember, I had a sketch to follow, so I was trying to follow that to some extent. And if you hop onto freshly made sketches or onto my blog, you'll see the sketch. And you can play along too. I normally wouldn't put tearing tape. With ribbon it's better to do that. It just sticks a bit better. So I'm gonna go like that. Just offsetting things makes it more interesting. Just pushing right across to get my card. So that's a really fun technique. You can see how it's picked up. So that's called the 4 letterpress technique. Then it's just a bit short on that side, so I shall cover it up and do it on the side. Alright, so just gluing that down. You could, if you wanted to, use dimensionals and pop that up as well. I'll just glue this straight down. So you can see I've added a bit more color on this. It's dry now. That's all done. So it's even nicer with a bit more depth in that color. Same colors, completely different. So what I will first do is add that larger shell there. Because it's got a bit of water on it, I will add a few more dimensionals than I would normally. You don't want it bending. The water's dry now. I'm adding it in the center and I'll go right across. Which color did you order, Diana? The Seaside spray or one of the other colors? So then I'm just adding that across there. I can see a bit of that ribbon peeking out, so I'm just going to try and get rid of it there. Even the spritzing is fun. It just creates this messy look, but it's just quick and fun. And they're all for quick cards. You can get a whole heap of this done in no time. That's just tucked in there. Then we'll just decorate the envelope and the inside of the card. So you get all these shells, same shells. So if you didn't want to emboss it, you could always just die cut and stamp those, the definition. Another option. You could, without doing any of that, you could just stamp and fill in the shell with that colored image. So many options with this stamp set that I think with the whole suite really. There's also some sticker images that are there with the suite. So I'll pop up the link to my blog post so you can get all the products I've used to make it easy. So that's the envelope done, the inside of the card done. You can put anything else inside, but I haven't. Up to you how you want to decorate that. So you can see, same card, just more depth in color on this one. I just colored it a bit more, added lots more, just more blending and things like that. So I don't know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the more subtle one or a bit of a brighter look? The blending brushes are really great because you can, like I said, start light and then add more color as you go, because then it's easier. Then because once you add the color, it's a little bit harder to change it and go less. But definitely try the Faux letterpress technique. But I did tell you I'm going to try that with, let's try it, bring it on the opposite side, and let's try it with Pacific Point, just something, and let's see it on a darker color. You could do a whole heap of backgrounds and have it ready. So this is the same blue I've used, right? Just use your end without the lip to get into that corner there. Easier. That lip blocks it. That should be sufficient, but you can use two colors. You can go from like ombre light to dark. Possibilities endless. Just gonna close the ink pad. So again, we bring in our bottom plate. This needs 1 and 2 threes because it's a standard plate, a standard embossing folder. We'll see how it goes. So I prefer to place it on this side. And then we press it like that. Let me see. Maybe the other. No. I was wrong. I guessed wrong. I should have remembered. Oh no, I just need this out. 1 and 4, 1 and 4. Easy enough to remember. Make my life difficult. I should save myself time by marking my embossing folders 3D and stuff. That makes life easier. So let's see how that turns out. That looks good on me. I've got ink all over me, but that looks good. What do you think? That's a nice sea background. Just let it dry. You can then make it smaller to fit and do stuff with it. Yeah, add some, add your whales from the whale punch and make it pretty. Yeah, so maybe look for it in a couple of days and see what managed to come up with for that. Alright, so we played around with our letterpress technique, and I hope you enjoyed that and managed to learn something and give it a try anyway. And I'd love to see what you do. Please put it on this thread if you give it a try. Definitely put that on so I can see what you have made. Alright, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching with me, and I'll see you on Wednesday for my creative escape on a Wednesday night. Wednesday 7:30 every Wednesday I have a Facebook Live, and I'll post it up and remind you, but that's an event that's there every Wednesday 7:30, so you will see something from me, sometimes a technique, sometimes a fun fold, but we'll make something each week, and sometimes I throw in an extra Facebook Live. So have a great week. No matter what you're doing, stay safe, stay well, and thanks for watching with me. See you. Bye.